Hello, 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 you gorgeous, gorgeous human being. You are listening to the Infinite Receiving Podcast with me, your host, Susie Mother Truck and Ashworth. And I am feeling all of the vibes today. I am feeling so freaking good. We are, at time of recording, almost at the end of the first quarter of 2025. And this start to the year has just been immense. And it makes me smile actually when I say that, because this time last year, or February last year, was the release of Infinite Receiving, my book baby. So that book is now 1 year and 1 month old. And it was stressful. And not necessarily because of the book, although the book was just another thing that I had to deal with. But life at the time felt tight. I felt tight and contracted. And I think what was challenging is that the book is about abundance and opening yourself up to receiving and allowing. And I didn't feel in that state of being at the time. And there were some great things going on. You know, I released the book, we hit Sunday Times bestseller. What else happened? I interviewed Chesney Hawkes. There was a real period of fun things and greatness that was happening. And the duality and the polarity that was happening at the same time is that there was a real sense of tightness and I've got to get shit done and I don't feel like I've got enough time and I don't feel like I've got as many hands and I wish I could be more creative and I need to think differently and I am looking forward to sharing the ins and outs of that story at some point. But the point of sharing, even what I just have, is to say, wow, what a difference a year can make. What a difference. I feel like it's 2020 again, except we don't go backwards. We are going forwards, but it is that energy of excitement and freshness and God, let's just see what what we can do here. And bearing in mind, I say this, like I said, at the end of the first quarter. So we were probably just about to go into lockdown. The world was silenced and everybody was losing their shit. But I remember feeling so clear on my role and my mission and my vision. I remember knowing that it was my job to lead and it was my job to stay focused and create and hold containers for my clients in a way that I had never done before. I feel like that again. I feel like just it is my time again. Like I'm back, I'm ready, let's go. Why? Well, if you've been listening to the podcast for a little while, you'll know that at the beginning of the year, there was this realization like I might be in my prime right now. I might be, well, I'm definitely the youngest I am ever going to be. And I am the wisest that I have ever been. Those two things for sure are dialed in. And at the same time, 25 years ago, I was 21. I was a baby. I was in Amsterdam. I was losing my mind on psilocybin. I was thinking that my world was never going to be my world ever again. And what the heck was I going to do? I hadn't even been to Thailand at this point. I was trying not to become one of the Amsterdamaged. And in 25 years, I'm going to be 71 and, you know, hopefully still pole dancing and getting my groove on and traveling around the world and doing all of these fun things. But it doesn't escape me that now might be my prime. And that was just such an exciting and fun realization to have. It was like the next 25 years count, and you know it counts. When I was 21, it was like, I'm 21, I'm a baby, I can do whatever I like. I'm going to be around forever. Who the heck knows what's going to happen in 25 years? And it's true. I have no idea what is going to happen in 25 years, but I do know the importance of every single day and every single month. And I feel like I have been living into that. And the result of that is my experience of life feels exquisite right now, even down to the daily meditation, which is still happening. Even though there are days where absolutely I feel a level of resistance, there are days where I absolutely am like, I'm too tired. I want to have extra time in bed. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's like, no, you are going to meditate. And every single day, I honor that commitment to myself and show that discipline. I feel incredible. The cumulative impact of me making those choices on a daily basis means that I now feel incredible. So I'm finishing this quarter feeling happy, excited, motivated, and ready to go. We've also just come off the back of a virtual live event. And so, again, I think that I'm thinking about lockdown quite a bit because we've just done this live virtual event. And the last time I did that was in 2021 when we were not allowed to interact with people still. However, instead of going to a studio, we brought the studio to my house and we did it in my home, and it was amazing. And this feels like a strategy that we will be using for a little while now because I feel excited by it. I feel energized by it. I feel like it's a really exquisite way for me to serve my audience. And so we've taken this little idea and we've tested it. And now I'm ready to go all in. And really, this is what this episode is about, that willingness to treat your life and your business like an experiment. And I know that many of you are not going to want to hear that. You want to know that when you invest in a program or invest with a mentor, that you are getting the proven pathway. And if you just follow all of the steps, then you are guaranteed to get a certain outcome. And the truth is that if that was the truth, why would we need multiple formulas? Why wouldn't we all just do it the one way? The truth is that there are an infinite number of ways to get the results that you want. And so, if that is true, why do we invest in mentors and programs and courses and masterminds at all? And what I have learned now after 12 years of investing and 12 years of supporting clients who have taken the step to invest with me in one way, shape, or form is that proven pathways are so helpful when it comes to cutting corners, when it comes to accelerating the timeline. Walking the path that somebody else has walked makes absolute sense. And what is also true is that Because there are never ever going to be 2 days that are exactly the same, and you're never ever going to get exactly the same context with exactly the same people thinking exactly the same things. Every single time we do something, it is going to have to be a little bit different. We don't have any choice about whether we do things the same or not, because contextually, things are either a little or a lot different. You can't expect to repeat 2021 in 2025. It's a different time. So not only do we have the environmental changes, meaning that the blueprint, the template, the formula is going to be a little bit different, but you are a unique human being with your own unique and not to be replicated fingerprint. And this is where people get it so twisted, because it is your unique fingerprint that is going to make the difference to the formula. So there are basic foundational principles that you are often, and the only reason why I hesitate is because the innovators are the people that don't know the principles, that don't know the foundations. The innovators and the visionaries are the people who just completely tune into their intuition and like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And for everybody else, the principles and the foundations are super, super helpful. But if you forget to superimpose your intuition, your magic, your way of thinking into those templates, formulas, and blueprints, you will most likely never achieve the type of success that you desire or are yearning for, because you are trying to be a poor imitation of somebody else. You're not trying to be a poor imitation. You are trying to imitate somebody else, and you're forgetting that you are the magic. Now, it's really important to say that when you listen to this, it could be really easy for you to go, hang on a minute. She just said that the innovators and the visionaries do not use anybody else's templates, they just go for it themselves. And again, it's nuanced. It's like a yes and. I believe that it is true that there is no such thing as original idea, and actually everything that we have created has been based off something in nature. So there's that. Nothing is coming completely from nothing. And in order to get visionary status, legendary status, innovator status, imagineer status, you have to be willing to make many, 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 many mistakes. And so, whether you are following out somebody else's foundations or you decide to build your own, it's still an experiment. You still do not have a guaranteed answer and result. You don't. You have to try. This is the art of business. It's the art and the science. And the science, arguably, are the principles. And then there's the art, which is you, it's your creativity. It's the way that you look at things, it's the way that you respond to things. All of those things will contribute to the result that you create. Now, the more you can get your head around this, the quicker you can get your head around this, the more quickly you will learn that your failure doesn't mean that you're not cut out for it. Your failure doesn't mean that you're never going to win. Your failure doesn't mean that you should cut your losses and run. Your failure just means that there is something for you to learn that you were not aware of. So learn it and move on. It is so interesting that, you know, the type of person who is listening to this podcast, you have decided that life gets to be an adventure. You have decided already that the norm is not what you are yearning for. It's not what you are looking for. It's not what ignites you. Otherwise, you just would not be listening to me. So, if you are the type of person who decided that life gets to be an adventure, that means that there are parts of your life where you are willing to take risks, where you're willing to take a step even though you don't know what the outcome might be. You get to choose to be like that in your business, in your professional life, in your career. You get to choose to be like that. Now, that will make you an outlier. That will make you abnormal. That will make you weird. Yay, come fly your freak flag with me. It's way more exciting. It's way more fun. It's way less pressure. It's way less stressful. And it's way more in alignment with what it means to live your life from a place of aliveness, from a place of fullness. It means that you get to stretch your experience, your expand your consciousness. It means that you get to grow as you get to experience more of life, more of magic. And so this episode is called The Experiment, and it's an invitation for you to stop trying to control everything. It's an invitation to remind you to know that failure is part of success, it's part of the journey. And so to not be scared of it, not try to strangle everything to within an inch of its life, trying to avoid the pain and disappointment of everything not working out as quickly as you would desire it to, and know that it is just part of the plan. This is the experiment. And I want you to play and enjoy getting to the result that you desire to get to. So, this is me for today. I've loved chatting with you. I hope that you have found this helpful, inspiring, motivating. If you have, if it's kind of like tickled your cockles and you're wanting to go deeper, go wider, go faster, allow yourself to be more discombobulated, then I want to invite you to Glastonbury with me, not the festival, my retreat called Aliveness that is happening at the beginning of May. It is going to be a really exquisite experience where we are going to be turning a lot of what we have been doing and how we have been thinking on its head so we can expand and grow and open ourselves up to a whole new level of living, aliveness, and receiving. So if you want to put your hat in the ring for that type of experience, then email me the word retreat and we can talk about how you can apply. We have just 3 private rooms left right now. So, yeah, if you want to take one of those rooms, if one of those rooms has your name on it, you think, then email me the word retreat and we can chat. Right, I love you. You're amazing. And I cannot wait to be in your earbuds next time. And in the meantime, please remember that faith plus action equals miracles.